Hello.
Hello and welcome to
Thank,
Redefining the Significance of You time. For you, by you, because of you.
thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm thrilled to have you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter for the viewers who don't know, and I'm an empowerment life coach supporting women around the globe to lean in and realize the importance of you. The goal of this channel is to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, and or become way more aware of what is possible for you. We have a variety of incredible guests, and today is absolutely no exception. Every one of us, sometime in our lives, has had that infamous free time. We frequently are feeling guilty, embarrassed, or wrong for taking out time for ourselves. And we are absolutely here to change that and support you to see what is possible when you take the time for you, by you, because of you. In today's episode, it is such an honor and a privilege to introduce Susan Wise to our show today. Susan is a remarkable individual whose journey through life has not only led her to become a certified holistic mind, body, spirit coach and a certified yoga instructor, but has also empowered her with a unique perspective on achieving true peace and happiness. With an international MBA as a testament to her academic prowess, Susan has cultivated her expertise over decades, honing her skills and guiding others towards self-discovery and fulfillment. It was through her personal adventure in the game of life that she uncovered the profound truth that the key to a life filled with consistent peace, love, joy, and abundance resides within oneself. Having ventured into the world of coaching 4 years ago, Susan's integrated approach to yoga, fitness, and empowerment coaching has touched the lives of hundreds of individuals. Through her guidance, she has helped people reconnect with their authentic selves, rekindling their love for every facet of their being. Her journey has equipped her with the insight to assist those who feel trapped, yearning for a more meaningful existence, and striving to break free from repetitive patterns that hinder them from realizing their dreams. Susan's philosophy transcends the conventional notions of coaching. She understands that happiness is an inside job and that the pursuit of inner harmony is the most important and fulfilling endeavor anyone can embark upon. Her work exemplifies how embracing one's journey can not only be transformative, but also enjoyable. In an era where many seek a holistic approach to well-being, Susan stands as a beacon of guidance, inspiring others to unlock their true potential and embrace a life of abundance. Oh my gosh, we need to talk.
Definitely.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, we are on the
Um,
same boat for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
And how did all of this come to be to get into the coaching from the experiences of life that happened? Can you tell us a little bit how you got from MBA to where you are now?
Sure. Well, I'm so happy where I am right now. I just feel so fulfilled, and every day is just I'm so grateful for, and I have a level of peace that I really didn't know I had before. But it wasn't always like this. After undergraduate, I knew I wanted to explore the world. So I went and I taught skiing in different hemispheres and worked in television production. And it was so wonderful. But after several years, I've had this feeling that it wasn't really a real job, that I needed to have value. I needed to go back and get in the corporate world. So I came back to the States. I got my MBA. I did all the jobs and everything. I climbed the ladder. And the more I got sort of to be a cog in the machine, the more all of my value I was getting it externally. I was all of my
Ah,
value, everything, my worth. And so, yeah, what job do you have? What car do you have? All of that. And I started to take classes and certifications. But what I didn't realize was I was really coming from a place of feeling that I was broken inside, that something was wrong with me. So it really didn't matter how many courses I took. There was always another one that I had to take to fulfill me. I, led to some toxic relationships, which led to toxic financial relationship that just, I had one that I went into and really went for the moon, and I didn't stand up for myself. I was in with two partners. They were male. I just didn't stand up. I was by far, I put all the money in, I put all the everything in my name, everything, but I didn't stand up for myself. I just gave my power away. And it ended up in me getting a call from a lawyer saying that I had, this $1 million tax lien under my name. And so that was when I came and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to take my power back. I cannot let this happen anymore. I'm very smart. I'm very intelligent. How did I let this happen? But I couldn't go into the, blame. I just had to get some help and really figure it out. So I did get help. I did get mentorship, but this time not for a certificate or anything. It was really about going deep and trying to figure out really get to know myself. What I realized through all of this is because we are sort of taught to seek our value from the outside, we're also at that same time, we're taught to ignore the parts of us. So I really, there's a saying that's enlightenment or realization is the integration of all the parts of yourself. And I really didn't, that never really meant much to me. I was like, I have all my parts here. But I finally realized what that did mean, that when I looked in and sort of took inventory, I really didn't know the different parts of myself. And so what came to me, which has been extremely, extremely helpful. One of the things is sort of a vision of remembering all of the parts of myself. And you'll see in the gift I give, it's actually, I say re-membering, because it's really a process, an invitation, a welcome home party of bringing home, identifying all the different parts of ourselves, welcoming them home, honoring them, and then changing our stories to where we work harmoniously together. So what I developed was something called my soul team. So remembering my soul team. So I don't know if I've been going on. I don't know if you want to.
I love that. So powerful.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing you say, it's not about creating a new you. It's about understanding the depth of who you really are, which you haven't even tapped into yet. I know when I talk to some women that I support in their journeys, they're afraid because I'm going to change too much. I'm going to be, I don't want to change. Change is scary. But what I'm hearing from you is that this is not about change. It's about digging in, going inward.
Yes.
And empowering yourself and understanding yourself at a brand new level.
Yes. And when we look at it, I have this vision that our soul team, before we incarnate, before we come down into this earth suit, we have the perfect A team for what we want our unique soul's desires and dreams are. But it's like when that umbilical cord is cut, it's like we have a tether in our physical being, but everything else is sort of tetherless. So the soul team, we can have lots and lots of members, but the core ones that I identified for myself are my physical being, my thinking being, my mental being, my emotional being, my sexual creative being. And then I threw in there also my money or wealth being, because we learned to have a pretty warped relationship with that as well. And it's all just energy. Wealth and money, everything, all of this is just energy. So it's really just really getting in harmony with that and getting our unique vibration back, because we've been so disassembled, sort of. So it's a matter of remembering. And we are taught to work primarily with our thinking mind. And so that sort of dominates everything else. And we're not taught to, our thinking mind, we're taught to take on the values and the stories of everybody else. So I almost feel like it's sort of like an imprisonment that we're, it's not our true beliefs. And then our physical being is sort of, well, we dominate our other beings with our thinking being. So we dominate our physical being. We're not in relationship. So all of this for me is about really getting in a two-way harmonious relationship with all the parts of ourselves, which I didn't even know was possible, because my relationship with my thinking mind was just sort of autocratic default.
Yeah.
I didn't have a loving, it was more of a top-down subservient, relationship with my physical body. I didn't ask my physical body what I needed. I didn't communicate with it. I just forced it. Oftentimes thinking that I was doing it, doing it well, but, overworking or starving ourselves, things. And then my emotional being, I didn't even know that it was possible. My relationship there by default was really pretty much either it ran wild with me or I tried to push it away or ignore it because I didn't want to hurt. I didn't want to feel anything.
Yeah.
And then our sexual creative being, oh my gosh, I mean, we're really taught from society, from mass consciousness, is sort of that is evil, that's shameful. So to sort of bury that.
Right.
And with our wealth being as well, we've just have these very warped ideals, and it's not a loving co-creative relationship. So it's really all about the work I do with people. We move on from this and gets even more fun, but the initial part really is diving in deep and really acknowledging all these parts of ourselves and honoring them because they brought us here. They brought us to the present moment, which is where the only place where our power is right now in our present moment, not our future or our past. So everything that happened up to now is love. So we just go from here. And the other bit that is very important for me is fun. I think we can do this all and make it fun. I think spirituality and fun is very powerful and very spiritual. So, and I think also this is all changing patterns and stories and habits. And if we change those neural pathways for 21 days, they've shown, you can create a new habit, a new story. So if you're having fun doing something, you're going to be much more likely to repeat it. So I figure that's another good reason to have fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you find that people who work with you go through deep, dark, scary stuff before they realize, I know there's more?
I would say I don't feel like it gets yes and no, because one of the most important things is really feeling and honoring whatever that emotion that brought us there, which has always been scary for us. But once we realize that we created that whatever that fear is, whatever that emotion that is making us clinch and causing us stress, we created that. It was by influence of things around us, but we're the only one that can create things inside of us. So the great news is, once you realize that, I have the power to uncreate that. So it's not as scary. So you can actually get to the point where you're excited if something challenging comes up. It's not like, oh my God, it's almost like you're excited because that's coming up to show you something, to show you somewhere where you can grow. So it's that process of getting peaceful, knowing you're safe, and then allowing that emotion, allowing that feeling, really honoring it, and then knowing that you have the power to just transmute it, to fill it with so much love. You transmute it into love. And it's fun. Like, you can, if I know one that I figured out I should was a very charged word for me. It just gave me physical things. As I started to really just imbue I should with love and with light, it literally changed to I am. So it gave me a tool now that whenever I should myself, I can, I'm not shitting anymore all over myself. I am. So I am allowing myself to work on this, or I
Yeah.
am allowing myself to be. So it's really just, changing those habits.
It shifts everything, your
Mhm.
language that way. It's such a powerful tool. And like you say, it's a word,
Yeah.
but it's so impactful. And
Yes.
how we are, and this might be the wrong word, but the audience might click in when I say we are trained by the external
Oh, yes.
about what's the way to think, what's the way to act, what's the way to respond, what's best
Yes.
for everybody. And I find in particular, us as women, that we are so caring and want to make sure everybody else is okay that we put ourselves
Yes.
in difficult spots just to help other people. And it's so interesting when you start to give back to yourself and understand yourself in the levels and ways you've just explored and explained. Powerful. You hit every key component, and it's all within us, and we
Yes.
have the power, right? So you are
Yeah.
able to show them that it doesn't, things don't have to be scary anymore. You have everything you need within you. You just get to tap
Mhm.
into it now. And so I love the work that you do. It's so life changing. Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, it was so life-changing for me, and that's why I just love sharing it and witnessing women really fall back in love with themselves and
Mm,
reclaim their power and their
right.
sovereignty. I just and it's such a peaceful, joyful. There's no resistance, there's no forcing and efforting. It's all just pure love. I mean, there's no forcing and efforting at all.
I love that. And I really hope the audience is really hearing what you're saying. It is not a negative process. It is everything the opposite of.
Yes.
So you mentioned about integration of
Mhm.
parts of all of ourselves, and you shared this component. How do you help people grasp that concept and integrate it into their lives? Because it's a whole shift, it's a change, it's like a whole new way of being. How do you help people grasp that?
Well, I think what the free gift that I'm giving is an illustration of this. Like it's titled "Remembering My Soul Team," and
Right.
so it's actually very fun because my daughter did the illustration, so it was fun to have that co-collaboration. Isn't
Oh,
that
love
wonderful?
that.
And it's fun just to get to discuss this with her too. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. But
Oh,
so that for me, I think because for me that helps put some tangible, it puts makes it more tangible, so I can really
yep,
identify. And
yep.
so I can see where when we were all together, we were our unique harmonious vibration. But as we dissipate, well, that are no wonder we feel like we're not whole and we're striving for something because we've lost parts of ourselves. We're not unified. So I really the free gift I think is really fun to play with, that you'll be able to I hope be able to you know play on your own on that. And I encourage you to really them to your listeners to dive deep and really
Yeah,
spend some quiet time and ask, really go in and introduce themselves to these parts of themselves again.
beautiful.
Ask and listen and listen,
Mm,
and don't and no judgment, no judgment, just
mm,
gratitude for them, that as much as we've been so disparate, I mean, the gratitude that they are coming back to have this conversation and create this
mm.
co-creative relationship with us again.
Beautiful. That's incredible. I love what you're saying. So powerful. That free gift, we have put it in the show notes. So please, I could tell you what it is, but it's a long name, but you'll see it at the bottom and it says MailChimp. So click on that and you will be able to open and access all of the details that Susan's talking about. And I can't wait to get my hands on it. I love how you say do it judgment free. Make sure that you are just open and
Yes.
be in the moment as you enjoy going through that free gift. Susan, thank you so much for being here with us today. I really appreciate your time. keep
Oh,
spreading your gift, and we
mhm.
will make sure that those who are watching the replay, make sure you jump in and grab the free gift. And I believe that you can access your Facebook
Yes,
through that,
there's a
um,
button.
clicking
Yes.
on that. Okay,
Yes, there is a
awesome,
button on there. Thank you so much. I've had so much
awesome.
fun and I love your work. It's amazing. It's wonderful. So thank you for letting me be co-create with you. It's been so much fun.
Absolutely. It is our pleasure. If you are watching this on the replay, make sure you push subscribe because I have incredible gifts or guests every week. I have gifts too, but guests every week like Susan who have so many things to help all of us become more aware of what is possible for us as individuals in a variety of ways. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, everyone. And thanks again, Susan, for being
Thank
here.
you. Thank you.